Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Spiritual Successor, a comedy video game design podcast where we take your wonderful, awful, nasty video game ideas from all over the internet and turn them into the next AAA video game titles that rake in all of the fame, all of the money, all of the clout, and all of... I was going to say all of the bitches, but I don't know if that's like in my... in my... Like,
you can't call women bitches. You can call them something else. Princesses, queens...
I have heard you call women bitches.
That's not true. I've never done that because that would send me to hell if I were to do that.
I have heard multiple people in our friend group be like, I thought that was like in vogue. I thought people were like,
I call my friends bitch, but I don't call women bitches. It's different.
I think I feel like people have been doing that more casually.
Like I'll walk around and be all like, "What's up, bitch?" But I wouldn't like. There's a difference. There's a difference between like bitch affectionate and bitch derogatory. You know what I'm saying?
I don't mean it like, derogatory, but I feel
that Sarah's a bitch. Like I wouldn't do that.
No. What I feel like I have on the internet and in our friend groups, I have heard people be like, use the term bitch as like getting affection, getting
it's used synonymously to be going demon mode. It's like, well, I don't mess around like that because I'm that bitch.
I've not heard it that way. I've heard
you can't short me on the pickles because I'm that bitch.
Actually,
I want pickles. You're gonna get me 17 pickles on that sandwich. I'm that bitch.
Okay. Actually, yeah. Now that you say it like that, I have heard you say it like that. I don't know. Hey, welcome to a comedy game design podcast. I'm Blake.
I'm AJ. Blake, of all of the things that we earn, bitches, affectionate, money, clout, Skrilla.
Bitches.
What's your favorite to be earning?
Affectionate. Skrilla. It's times are kind of crazy right now, and you know what? Video games got $20 more expensive this last year, and I'm just kind of like, man, everything is so fucking pricey. I actually, on that topic, I actually had to like cold down my Warhammer spending because the tariffs. Because the tariff. I know this is gonna sound so fucking like.
We're getting a little political today.
A little political today.
This might shock you, dear listeners.
Not only that,
the
but
Spiritual Successor gang, not a big fan of the current government political parties.
Couple of lefties.
I don't want to get too political, but we don't rock with fascists.
But like I've like kind of been looking at all my hobbies lately, and I'm like, man, I think I just don't want to spend anything for a while, and it's like making me rethink of like, okay, what do I have, and how can I use it in new ways? Like looking at my armies, looking at these things, I'm like, okay, cool, I can either paint this army up, or why don't I just strip all the paint off of these minis and and like kit bash them into just something weirder and new for a different game, rather than being
you're
like
kit bashing.
Oh yeah, I mean, kit bashing has been like a big part of the hobby for me for a while. Literally, I'm like, before we started recording, I was kit bashing. Spoilers for those that watch Love, Death, and Dice. I'm doing some more Night Lords kit bashing, where they just launched a new edition, so all of the HQ choices have completely changed, and there's like now specialists, or it's like, hey, you have your guy who's like behind enemy lines, a solid snake type person. You have your like siege breakers, and they all different mechanics for that, and it's just a absolute gold mine for creating really fun, unique characters from like crazy amounts of kits. I'm in the point where like I am like going to specific websites where being like, I want this one specific pauldron from this kit I do not own because I want it for this one character.
You got to get those Grey Knight helmets.
Yes,
I know. Joke's on you. I know a little bit more about Warhammer, as I do every single week. This week, my Warhammer fact is that the Grey Knights are the only ones that have the cool knight helmets, and a lot of people pick up the Grey Knights just for those helmets.
Damn. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I feel like, yeah, I could see a lot of a lot of like Black Templar users, players wanting to pick up those helms, especially right now since they're like still kind of scaled correctly. But the Grey Knight kits are so fucking old, dog. Those are like I think they're old enough to drink now. I don't know. I know the Eldar kit. I know the Eldar kits were for a while, but only up until recently.
I don't remember if the Grey Knight helmet that people are scalping, like stripping off of the heads, is the little swoopy one with the eyeballs that are really down, or if it's the knight helmet that looks like a knight helmet.
I'm assuming both of them.
Both of them
really
are
rad.
pretty sick helmets.
They're pretty fucking cool. One of them, I'm assuming, because this is a Terminator and an Intercessor.
Of course,
those are different scales. Like one's like heavy armor, the other one's like lower, like your standard trooper armor. So I'm assuming they're stealing the swoopy helm for their Terminators, and then the knightly helms for their tactical squads and stuff, or their Intercessor squads, whatever the fuck. Space Marine modern 40k. I don't play modern 40k anymore. I'm so kind of just not into the cycle of it. I'm just,
you got to get in the kill team.
Well, I am in Kill Team, and I think, and it's very fun. I've honestly, I've like really boiled down the games I play to like 3 games. I do Horus Heresy Night Lords, I do Age of Sigmar, Night Haunt, and Soul Blight, and then I do Kill Team. And then like occasionally going into Underworlds, or actually I really want to start getting into Mordheim, but my approach is different to that, where I want to start creating models from scratch. I'm learning. Funnily, actually, this is game related.
This is game related. We are talking about pieces of one of the biggest real play games of all time, Warhammer 40k.
Well, no, I mean this subject of I've been learning ZBrush. I've been learning how to actually sculpt my own miniatures. And I want to kind of break into that realm and understand like how do you sculpt characters for video games? How do you texture them using like Substance Painter or Maya or Marvelous Designer? So much that I'm actually kind of exploring the idea of taking some courses at Gnomon, which if you're not familiar, like you can actually,
for those unfamiliar though.
For those unfamiliar, Gnomon is like the video game design college in the world. It is where like all of the heavy hitters of like Blizzard, Rockstar, any studio that's based out of Santa Monica, which is a lot of them. You know, like Santa Monica.
That's
Studios,
a lot of them. Video game
War.
Designers love the beach.
Yeah, they love the beach. They love Los Angeles. It is a very, very high caliber school, and they offer just like piecemeal classes, being like, hey, yeah, you want to take a class on like sculpting, like on how to texture video game characters? Sure, here's the tuition cost, and it's not that bad for like how much you get. Their full certifications are expensive as fuck. But being like, yeah, I want to take a ZBrush class, teach me ZBrush. Hey, yeah, I want to take a Substance Painter class, teach me Substance Painter. It's only like a couple grand, which is like for 10 weeks of 4-hour classes a piece. Like that's not terrible in terms of education. So we'll see. Who knows? I'm sure I will document some of my sculpting video game adventures here, because I like it's fun to come up with the concepts of things. It's fun to come up with the ideas of video games and and just like theory craft. But like I love the tangible nature of sculpting. I love being like, oh, we had an idea. Now it's something that people can pick up and look at, and I think that's really a really beautiful process. A really, really
creating
cool
is pretty neat.
AJ Hart 2025 creating.
You try this making stuff thing.
Yeah. How about you, buddy? How are you doing? What are you?
I've been doing really
right
good.
now?
I sat down recently and played a piece of video game history for the first time.
What was that?
Blake, I sat down and played Katamari.
Wait, you've never played Katamari?
I've never played Katamari Damacy. Just kidding. I have. As of last week, I played Katamari Damacy for the first time.
Crazy to me, because it's like it is of that era of like Jet Set Radio type music and zaniness.
Can I
feel
keep
like
it a buck with you? I've also never played Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, but you and I've talked about the soundtrack for Jet Set Radio. Both you and I.
Oh yeah,
have,
I've listened to the soundtrack of Jet
like,
Set Radio a million times.
Yeah,
I've read Air Gear, which is kind of like playing Jet Set Radio, except you look at boobs and a lot more people flipping the bird.
And somebody's Obama is inhabiting
and Obama
the body
is there for a little bit.
Inhabiting the body of a teenage girl.
God, Blake, have you read Air Gear yet?
No, but you've told me just so many little things about it, and I'm like, one day I want to read it just to see how fucking zany it is, especially because
insane series. You should definitely read it.
Yeah, it's up there on my. I don't know, man. I feel like. I can sit here and I can tell you, like, yeah, I want to read it. I'm going to do it. But, like, I'm, like, so bad with
I will give you $20 if you read Air Gear.
Only $20 in this economy to read and do nothing? Bro, I can, like, stream on YouTube.
You can read it on YouTube. I don't care. I just want you to experience Air Gear.
No, I'm deep in another manga right now. I'm reading Vagabond for the first time.
Holy shit! Whoa,
yeah,
that's
I'm
big.
Very excited. Yeah, I'm like really big on the seinen, whatever, you know, like they're shonen.
It's a manga for grown-ups.
Manga for grown-ups. You know, talking about adult shit. And, like, a lot of people keep saying, like, the big three in that genre is Berserk, which I love, Vinland Saga, and Vagabond. So I really want to check out Vagabond. But I'm sorry, I'm just laughing because when I was thinking about picking up Vagabond, and I'm like, wait a second, isn't the guy who wrote this samurai story, like, really fucking problematic, and he did some bad shit?
No,
like,
that was the Samurai Champloo one.
No, that was Rurouni Kenshin.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Rurouni Kenshin. Thank you. I get my samurais mixed up.
Wait, was Samurai Champloo also the creator?
No, Samurai Champloo is made by the creator of Cowboy Bebop. I think that one's fine. I don't think the creator of Samurai Champloo's done anything terribly illegal.
I love being able to just pick up pieces of media and not having to worry about how compromised the people in the people who made it.
Everything's compromised in some
Everything is compromised. Yeah, everything is, dig deep enough and you'll find out that the IP you love is owned by a company who's done some questionable shit. Or a person who's done some questionable shit. That is just the way of things, I guess.
Granted, we should definitely keep that in mind while looking at things. But we don't really, and like that line will exist for all sorts of different people. And you're the only one that needs to police it for you.
Except for Kentaro Miura, the author of Berserk. He never did anything weird or wrong. He just liked to hang out in his house and play anime rhythm games between writing chapters of Berserk, and we love that for him. And then he died of a heart attack.
I was about to say, if he's so great, why is he dead? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if Alexander the Great was so great, why is he still dead? You know,
he's still dead, isn't he? So not so special, I think. Blake, Katamari Damacy is an insane game. Have you played this?
Oh, of course I have. It's like it's a game. It is a video game staple. It is up there in terms of, like, I think Zeitgeist as Shadow of the Colossus is. It is just a game from
this
that
is
period that
somebody's Shadow
played.
of the Colossus. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this is a thing where it's like this defined, I think, people's I look at Katamari Damacy a lot like as like the root game that inspires many other interests. Like for me, it was Alan Wake. You know, like how that inspired like my taste in in fiction, my taste in music, my taste in atmosphere, styling. I think Katamari Damacy and its comedy and its music and its presentation, I think is somebody's seed that kind of defined people.
This created somebody that is just so into surreal art and bright colors and blip bloops.
Very much so. Very much so. I mean, honestly, a lot of like being in LA, I've met like a lot of people who are just drawers and artists and like people that just create, and a lot of them especially in like the anime sphere, obviously, they point to Katamari Damacy as like a point of inspiration for how they approach art and how they approach like styling.
For those who maybe don't know what this game is, or they've heard of it and they aren't entirely certain how it works.
Are you really going to
this is a
explain
video
Katamari?
game-
I feel like people, of all games, like I would be like, yeah, you people know this game. It's like a little
know
guy
this
who
game.
people pushes the ball around and collects things. Like it is.
It's a marble pusher. You are a little guy that pushes a little ball around, and the ball keeps getting bigger. And as it gets bigger, you can pick up larger things. So at the very beginning, you could pick up like shogi pieces and mice. And then you've picked up enough mice, you can pick up a cat. And you can pick up enough cats, so you can pick up a dog. And it goes up in scale. But the scale that you can go through within one level is kind of insane.
Yeah, you start off in the bedroom and then being like, all right, I'm picking up cars on the street outside after like 12 minutes. Super fun. Also, I think it's important to say that the story to the game for the one person who hasn't ever heard of this game.
I've never heard of the story. The story in this game is insane, for the record.
You are a prince. You are the prince of a giant space alien, and he wants your father, to create planets that he can create stars.
Here's the setup. The original setup is that the king of the cosmos got a little bit schwasty and knocked all of the stars out of the sky because he got drunk or something. And he turns to you, the little prince, and he's like, "Hey man, somebody fucked up." And I don't want to draw any names, but they really donged it. So you have to step in and you have to put all the stars back up in there in the sky. So I'm going to send you down with a little star core, and you're going to roll up a big ball. And then you're going to bring me that big ball, and I'm shooting that ball into space, baby. Whatever you roll up, it's going to the stars.
Why did I think he eats them? Like, is there one where maybe he makes a passing joke of like, this is so small I wouldn't even eat it or something like that. For some reason I thought, no, I'm thinking of what's his face?
You're thinking of Galactus.
Yeah, the other giant space guy that goes.
You're thinking of the other giant purple space guy. You're thinking of Galactus. No, the king of the cosmos just seems to want to put the stars up there and be really pretty. And so at one point, I'm rolling up everything. I'm like, okay, I'll just keep on giving them inanimate objects and maybe some dogs and cats. And then there's one level where the king looks at you and the king of the cosmos is like, "Hey, bud, it's looking mad ugly up in space right now. The stars are kind of trash looking. I would like some pretty girls in space. I need some babes. I need some bitches.
Some bitches, if you will, but bitches, affectionate.
So if I could get you to roll up me some lady folk, and I'm going to launch them into space. And there's a level where the whole level you're just rolling up girls. And then you launch them into space.
And they live happily ever after, not in an eternal hell of the vacuum.
The post-credit scene of the game does imply that everybody is capable of living in space totally fine, so I think we're okay, but it certainly threw me for a loop when I was abducting all of these girls, and then the police started shooting at me. Did I mention there's police that shoot at you in this video game at a certain point of scale?
What, you're a threat to the city? Like, I think towards the end of the game, you are literally like rolling over continents, right? Or like over gigantic
by the end of the
cities.
game, I did scoop up an entire sports arena.
Yeah, like it gets maddeningly large. You are a Godzilla of this universe, destroying everything in your wake. It rules.
This game rules.
Absolutely fantastic. It's been a while since I've played Katamari Damacy. I've listened to the music like not regularly, but like once a year I'll turn the album on and I'm like, it just like it gets stuck in your head, the really quiet like na 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 na, and it's just like one guy in a gigantic like arena, and you just hear the echoing of that one guy's voice as it like the ball from Katamari, it just grows and grows and grows until it's just like a gigantic entire suite of music. It is very cool. I like Katamari because it is like it is a great example of like, this is somebody's vision. This is the game that they exactly wanted to make, and they got to make it. It's like there's a fucking level where babes are being picked up. It's just like, yeah, do it, run it. We want babes in space. Roll them up into a ball. Like, this doesn't make sense, and it's awesome.
It's great.
Super fun.
Blake,
super fun.
We should
Yes,
talk
sir.
about fake video games now.
We should talk about fake video games. Do you want to give the first video game, or should I give the first video
I
game?
got a submission for you here from. I don't want to use that one yet. That one's too good. We're going to
Why not start off strong? Because if you start off strong, then we get to like spend the rest of the episode talking about one game idea. And people love
You ready
that,
for this?
I think, maybe?
This is
I don't
from
know.
Joe Langlois at the Giuseppe.bluesky.social. We really need to find a way to shorten these names on bluesky.social. Joe Langlois suggests slug breeder game.
Oh, I'm so
the
happy you chose
slugs
this
turn
one.
into ammo, slugs, based on their genes.
I'll be real with you.
Blake,
This
have
is
you
gonna
played
be, this is gonna be
Slime
my first.
Rancher?
No, I haven't, but I know enough about like the zeitgeist of it. Like you are breeding slime balls.
You're breeding
And,
slimes,
like-
and you're collecting slimes, and you're farming slimes. But the
Yeah.
problem with Slime Rancher is just that, like, too peaceful.
Too peaceful. We need more guns.
Too peaceful.
Needs more guns.
I need my little monsters to feel something more akin to a Bug Snacks, with some chaos, some jarringness, some desperation. But I do love the first-person little creature games. We all miss Pokemon Snap.
I was
Blake,
thinking,
what if we?
this looks a little more like Enter the Gungeon, where it is like
You were
it is
imagining
kind
Enter
of
the Gungeon top-down kind of
yeah,
shooter. Okay.
like but everybody's still kind of chibi-ified, like the Pokemon, overworlds.
So you want to
visuals.
turn Stardew Valley into a twin-stick shooter?
Well, I'm thinking it would be like this. Like, let's go the suck staple. There's a day and night cycle to our game. Like all of our games, it's 2 games in one, right, baby? We have the day cycle, which is you are the rancher, you are breeding breeding slugs. We do have to.
You're breeding slugs. You're getting slugs to kiss and fall in love and make little slug babies.
I like the idea, by the way. Okay, hold on. I already have an idea for how for a fun gameplay mechanic. But let's talk about the overall setup. During the day, you are breeding slimes. You're doing the kissies. You're like figuring out like, okay, this slug has a really really cool like armor penetration bonus, and
This
then
is a big
one
slug,
has,
but it has a lot of recoil. So if I fire this, I'm going to slide backwards, but it's going to pierce a couple different enemies. This
Yes.
slug over here is red, and so they're all red slugs with big. Or they're red and they're fire damage with a huge spread. Not a
Yes.
whole lot of damage, but ooh baby, tons of spread.
You get to figure out like how to combine these things the best, and you also
Yeah.
like there's shops where you can buy new slug seeds and like with new abilities, or maybe
Please,
you can find
slug
new
eggs.
slug eggs, that you can incubate and stuff, and like maybe there's like a little to make a little bit of fucking hate iPad games. I've been playing them recently, and like all of,
Why have you been playing more of them?
because I'm trying to get my Satisfactory fix, and like I got recommended a couple on our Patreon Discord. By the way, hold on, let me get their name because I want to thank them properly.
Are you shouting out the Daily Card Czar?
What? Huh?
No, sorry, you go.
I was gonna shout out the Ninja 4. They recommended Builderment, and I've been like sinking so many hours into that game. I think I'm like halfway through the tech trees. I'm like in the computer zone now, and now where things are like, oh fuck, now I got to start thinking about like multi-conveyor belt systems and actually turning my brain on rather than like this is my before 9 game. What I want to get at, my original point, sorry, is that the eggs, you have to put them in an incubator, and they are tied to real world time.
Yeah.
And you can like pay prices to unlock that egg faster. You could pay gems or whatever, like in-world currency you can do.
Because it's a farm, and you're only going to be able to generate so much ammo at such a clip because that's how farms operate. Like, you're going to be a thing where, like, okay, cool, I'm going to get 2 big shotgun, like, with 2 armor-piercing shots, like, every 4 minutes tops. So I got to be very careful with those.
Let me pitch you on this. What if it is, because these are slugs, you could theoretically, after you fire them at somebody, what if you can pick the slug up again and reuse it? Might I pitch you this? The only gun that you have is a revolver, And each cylinder is a different slug with different abilities that you can put into the revolver. And you start the game off with only like a Derringer sort of thing where you have 2 shots. So you can carry 2 slugs with you. And the gameplay is that you need to fire at an enemy and then pick up the slug that bounced off of them. So you're constantly
it's similar to Pokemon's, like you have a 6-party team, but in this game it is your 6-party team is your 6 shots, and every time you fire one you need to go pick it up.
Yes, it bounces off, or it'll start, and then that unlocks other abilities where it's like, oh, this slug has the boomerang element where it'll like bounce off.
It'll start to crawl back
an
to
enemy, or it'll just come straight back to your gun. It'll like bounce off of you and then come back, so you can like rapid fire it, and it'll just keep bouncing and bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. Though it does low damage, you get a lot of shots with it. And then my main inspiration for this is, do you remember the shitty XXX movie with Vin Diesel, where he had the revolver where every bullet was like had like a different ability? It was so fucking. It was such a trashy movie.
I need to watch the XXX movies. I can't believe that this is a film that exists that I haven't seen.
It is so up your alley. It was like that and the one with Ice.
Hey, bad news. If you Google XXX on Google, it just takes you to porn sites.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. XXX Vin Diesel.
XXX movie does take you at first to IMDb's XXX 2002, but then every link after that is pornography.
Oh God. Yeah, no, he has a kick-ass revolver that was given to him. That basically, wow, these movies really were just trying to be gritty or
this
Mission
is a crazy
Impossible.
looking gun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And like each bullet, like the cap of each bullet had like a different color, so he can like color coordinate like what abilities they had. It was super rad. So as the game goes on, you incubate more eggs. You get to level up your revolver. You get to level up your gun.
You level up your chosen slug. You realize that, like, okay, this mission's going to require like 4 red slugs and 2 lightning slugs. So I'm going to load them up that way.
There you go. Yeah, you get your assignment in the mail. Like you retired to become a slug rancher.
You're a retired slug hitman.
And then like you're like, hey, one last job. There's this like a dungeon ass like ship or something, or like tomb that we have discovered, and you were the only adventurer who can get to the bottom of it and figure out like and beat the great evil at the bottom of this. Is man, just when I was out, I come back in. I also love the idea of like maybe at the beginning of the game, just a little character thing, you have a pet slug that you never get to shoot. Like it just hangs out in your Stardew Valley
old retired
house.
Slug.
Yeah, and then like you realize like, oh shit, I need to bring my retired slug with me
Absolutely
on the very
not.
last mission.
The old
on the very last
slug
mission,
is part of no. The old retired slug is part of the farming game. It is the trainer for your other slugs.
Oh.
You know how when you have it's always good to have another dog with you when you are training a dog, because like when you have an older dog that like knows to go outside, then the younger dog will be like, cool, we're supposed to poopy outside. I get you. Or like the old dog like won't bark at windows, and so the little dog will be like, we don't bark at windows. Them's the rules. That's how us dogs operate.
Yeah,
you have an old slug that is the trainer slug for all of the ammo slugs. So when you're upstairs in the like farming setup, that slug is constantly following you, and you can unlock little outfits for the slug. And
I was gonna say, what if at the beginning of the game you can design it like it's your not your chocobo. What are the familiars that are in Monster Hunter? Like the little cats?
Chocobos are in there now, but typically it's a palico.
Wait, chocobos are in Monster Hunter?
They're doing a Final Fantasy collab in a couple months, and when they do that, they're gonna give me the option to pay money to turn my secret into a chocobo.
And are you going to pay the money to turn your secret into a chocobo?
Can I be honest? Probably not. I think I'm done with Monster Hunter Wilds. I don't know. I keep firing up this game because like I miss Monster Hunter, but I feel like I play it for like 2 or 3 hunts, and then I'm like, not a lot of build crafting to have fun with. I think I don't want to play this anymore.
Just go back to Monster Hunter Worlds. That's the one that you sank.
Worlds was immaculate. I also really enjoyed Rise. I wish that there was more Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter Wilds, primarily because I think that Wilds has a big map, but I don't think that moving around the map is very fun. And I also think that a lot of the environments that you fight the monsters in are just kind of, they're either too empty or too cramped. I don't know how they managed to make it feel this strange. Whereas I feel like Monster Hunter Rise, like the arenas all had like interesting or engaging platforms and leveling and terraces. I think everyone should just go play Monster Hunter Rise. I think that's what I'm coming to on this podcast right now. Monster Hunter Rise was incredible.
I mean, I remember you.
I think we all wrote it off because it had like 3DS
it was on a Switch
graphics.
And people.
It was on a Switch,
and
so we were like, oh, it's whatever. I think it might be available on Steam now.
I don't know.
Let's play Monster Hunter Rise. I'll start over with you.
You know what? I would do that for you. You know, I know you need your Monster Hunter fix. Only if you. I'll play Monster Hunter with you if you start a satisfactory run with me.
Diabolical son of a bitch.
I mean, it's roughly the same amount of time. We're gonna spend 200 hours playing Monster Hunter. We'll get you 200 hours of satisfactory. You know, we're best friends for life. We got a lot of time to kill, man.
We do have a lot of time that we get to play video games together.
All right, I want to give you another. I want to put a pin in this. I think it's super duper nug potential. I think it's really fun. I have another game I want to pitch you. This one comes to us on Reddit from Crocobster. Basically, Titanfall.
You're never gonna get that name, huh?
No, I'm not. I'm bad with words. Why am I in a podcast? I don't know. I should just write or something. Even that, I'm like, I don't know. Where do commas go? Like, I don't know. Like,
dude,
where do is it semicolon? Is that what it is? Where you have the
it doesn't matter. Can you give me a video game idea?
Kirkobster suggests basically Titanfall, except the baseline soldiers are all rats and the Titans are regular humans being piloted Ratatouille style. I want to throw a quick wrench in this. I think this game, it's fun. I think that's cool. It is a very Titanfall thing. The thing I wish Titanfall had is that it was strictly a co-op game and you had to pilot the mechs a la Pacific Rim style. So AJ, you and we log into this game together. We are both separate entities doing, separate rats doing our things, collecting cheese, collecting power-ups, collecting whatever, killing other rats. And then we get to summon a mech, but it requires both you and I to pilot it and be in sync. So it goes from like we act as separate entities and then we need to act as one entity. And I love I'm picturing the art style for this is very, what's it called? What's that one rat, and we're the rats. I'm the biggest, the rat, so I'm the boss.
Those Christian movies. I know the ones you're talking about. Rat
No.
Christian movie.
No, you're talking about the Gizgo Glabgalub.
I am talking about the Glizgo Glabgalab movie. Are you not talking about the Glizgo Glabgalab movie, Rat King?
It's we're Michael. It's your birthday today. It's that one.
Oh,
we're
the birthday rat song.
The rats
from Germa.
Yes,
rats,
Germa.
Rats. We are the
we're
rats.
The rats.
Birthday bash.
I picture this.
It's your birthday today. I'm playing the song right now on the show, just so you know.
I picture this is this is the art style I want us to use. Like this just early like late mid 90s like Grim Fandango ass like CG and just like weird stop motion. Imagine that but as like a first person shooter that then becomes a mech game.
Okay.
Where everything's like super polygonal. Very medieval.
Can I make a pitch that it's not a shooter game?
Okay.
What if, because if we're going to pull on Ratatouille, I'm thinking, what's a Ratatouille's goal? It's making a restaurant recipe good. It's making
Okay.
food. And so immediately we know that our objective is to secure food and bring it back to our location. This makes
mech.
me this reminds me of the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time that we had at MagWest. Blake, do you remember when we went to the LAN party at MagWest? Sorry,
Yeah,
the LAN room at MagWest.
Yeah, and we played Halo 1. No, Halo. Was it Halo 1 or Halo 2?
It was Halo. It was Halo Combat Evolved.
Fuck,
We
dude, that
played
was
at LAN
so much
Halo,
fun.
which was incredible for two reasons. One, is really funny. Two, we were playing Capture the Flag.
Yeah.
And while doing that, I realized that it had been so long since I had played a Capture the Flag. I forgot about the
Yeah.
fun chaos that comes with a Capture the Flag. I
Yeah.
forgot about the being behind enemy lines in a Capture the Flag. I forgot
tension,
the
the raw
four-man
tension.
dive deep into enemy territory for Capture the
Yeah,
Flag.
the communication involved, like that's just sheer terror of being like picking up the flag and knowing everybody knows your location and are now actively coming for you. It is ripe
I
with
missed
tension.
it. I didn't realize how
great.
much I missed Capture the Flag, but I did. What if this is a game where you are rats attempting 100 different instances of Capture the Flag? There's only so many recipes here, or so many ingredients here in the kitchen. Your goal
okay.
is your team to go out and collect as many of the ingredients as possible, while the enemy team is also trying to secure all of those ingredients.
Okay.
The human mech suits get involved because at the end of the day, you do need a human mech in order to actually cook the recipe. Perhaps
Okay.
there are ingredients and kitchen supplies that you can only acquire while in big mode.
Well, I was thinking it's more like this: is like your human, your mech, never leaves their spot in front of the stove. The idea is that you need to work in pairs where it's like, okay, you're gonna go out. We know we're working on a pizza right now. You go find a tomato on the map. I'm gonna go find the cheese. You both go your separate ways. Go do that. There's some combat. Maybe like the other team is working on a lasagna. They definitely need that cheese and tomato as well.
But there's only so many food safe places that you can put the cheeses and
Yes.
tomatoes because they're different food prep stations. And so what the game is if I'm trying to collect all the cheeses, I can only bring the cheeses back to the cutting board. And we have two players that are operating the human. The rest of the team is trying to secure the objectives and plant them at the correct spots.
Oh, you're
I brought
thinking-
the fish to
okay,
the
so-
fish cutting board in order to ensure that the person who's operating the human can grab the fish off of the cutting board.
I love
But they
the
can only
idea-
be loaded up on the fish cutting board because you don't want to have any cross contamination.
I love the idea that so if you're dividing this, it's teams of 4. You have two runners,
Two rats,
which is
two
what I think,
pilots.
which is what I think they call the people in kitchens that actually do that, where they go grab ingredients and bring it to stations. I think they're called.
So you've been
runners.
watching The Bear lately. Okay, I see.
I've seen Chopped. I think it's a fun. I think it's a fun show.
I've seen
So 2 people are the runners, and then 2 people operate the mech, and it's like for them, it's an Overcooked style game. But on the floor of the Overcooked kitchen, you can see all the rats running around in the chaos, and they have to avoid your feet and stuff like that. But it's like, so you have the combat mechanics of the rats on the floor, and then you have like a WASD style, like, hey, we need to be in sync, Octodad style, while we're cooking here. And we need to make sure it's like, okay, once something's dropped off at a station by one of the runners, we can then start cooking with it.
I love this.
I am also very into this. Is there what is the end state of it? It's like first one to cook a recipe wins.
First one to finish a
it's-
recipe wins.
Yeah, so it's like is it like, are you both assigned the same recipe? Which
Assigned
would
the same
explain-
recipe, that way there's a stress for the same objectives.
Okay. What is stopping one team from shutting the other one out the moment they get one of the ingredients? Because if there's only one instance of that one ingredient, you win the game right then and there. Is there multiple instances of that ingredient, and now it is just like they respawn in the same place, like a capture the flag?
Each instant of the ingredient is respawned after it's been planted. So if we're using the pasta sauce, we need to get
Yeah.
tomatoes crushed and then placed in the objective. Then once pasta sauce has been placed in somebody's recipe, then we spawn to the next ingredient. Cheese.
Oh, I was
and then
thinking
everyone's
it's like,
trying
I
to
was
fight
thinking
and
all of
compete for the cheese objective. And
No,
then
I
once
was
the
thinking
cheese has
all
been
of-
placed in somebody's, then we move on to the cilantro ingredient. So
I
it's
was
three
thinking-
different instances of combat and 3 different objectives, but 3 different opportunities to score.
Yeah, but then the other person... Oh, are you saying... Yeah,
Similar
but then,
to Capture the Flag, how in Capture the Flag and Halo Combat Evolved, Land Party, you need to plant the flag 3 times, but it's going to be mostly the same scenarios or engagements all 3
all
times.
right, let's bump this. I think this needs... I want to introduce more players and
Okay.
a different kind of ingredient mechanic. I think it works better if there are 4 players. Each team is of 6. You have 2 people operating the mech, which is decided at the beginning of the game, and then the other 4 are runners. The 4 runners will then be fighting over different ingredients. But each time there is only one instance of that ingredient on the field at a time until it is deposited. So you run over, you fight over the cheese. Blue team gets the cheese, they bring it back to their station. And then as soon as it hits that station, another instance of it respawns in its area. So now you have you need to be collecting maybe multiple instances. This recipe requires 3 cheeses. Cool. And then 3 cheeses, 1 cilantro, and 1 salami. So you're going to be, everybody knows, okay, cheese is going to be the hotly contested point. Let's focus on that first. But then some other people are like, we know everybody's going to cheese. Why don't we go sneak over to cilantro and just salami and get that just done out of the gate?
They're salami splitting. They're split salamiing.
Split salamiing? Is that a
This
thing?
is a joke. This is a reference to split pushing from League of Legends.
Okay, I have a life.
I got to get you into a MOBA, bud. League of Legends offers on a 3-lane system, and so when you play League of Legends, in order to
top, bottom,
kind of,
and wilds or whatever.
yeah, top, bottom, middle, and then there's a jungler. But in League of Legends, in order to win the game, you kind of have to get all 3 lanes or one of the lanes to the base of the opponent. And so what a strategy that you will see in League of Legends is maybe 4 of the team members go in the bottom lane, and then 1 person will go through top lane. This is referred to as split pushing.
This is like Deadlock. You should have named a relevant game, and I would have known.
What is Deadlock?
Who the fuck plays League of Legends? It's not like they have it's like they haven't even been. This is Valve's.
The MOBA that Steam is pretending.
Yeah, the Valve is. I mean, they have some kick-ass art for it. Dude,
This is Valve's tax evasion scheme.
Fuck, dude, Deadlock is so cool. It is so fucking cool.
It has some good concept art.
Yeah, but you can. Have you seen? Also, they've been introducing new characters. It's pretty
Planned
fucking
release
rad.
date to be announced. So they
Have
haven't
you
even
seen-
announced their plan of when to release it.
Yeah, but
this is a
people
fake video.
People can play it though. Also, by the way, I since I'm going to use it, I have a platform. I'm going to use it. Andrew, I feel comfortable saying your name because we've used your names on in submissions before. You were on my Steam friends list, and I see that you have a Deadlock access. Please give me access. I beg of you. I actually sent them a request, like, hey, can you send me an invite to Deadlock, please?
Are you bumming Deadlock off of the audience right now?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I want to play it so bad. Like, dude, all of the character designs look incredible. Like, they have two. They announced two new characters in the last.
No, they announced 2 character ideas. I
7
can't stress enough. This isn't anything.
Most of these, actually, it's 3 character ideas. No, I would assume that these things are playable right now. Oh, never mind. Actually, no. All of them have been made. They're just deciding which one is going to be joining us first on Wednesday. Today. Ooh, that was yesterday. I wonder who joined. Was it Victor? I don't know.
Certainly not players, so that's confusing.
Brother, as soon as I get that invite, I'm going to keep that fucking game alive. I want more Valve games. I argue they are one of the best game devs out there, bar none. I think they're wonderful. Name another game company that allows their developers to be like, yeah, just take 10 years to develop this game and make it the way that you want. Do they have a corporate stranglehold on the game marketing industry? Maybe. On the the digital game market? Maybe. But you know what?
There was a people make games video about Valve recently. Apparently they're very secretive.
Yeah, 100%.
I think it's all tax violations.
I'm sure there's a little bit of that. Any art medium has a little bit of that. How much do you think how much tax evasion Da Vinci has contributed to in his pursuit of art?
Probably lots. I don't think Da Vinci paid taxes. You're talking about like the classical artist, right? Da Vinci?
Yeah.
And scientist?
Who else would I be talking about?
Still living legend, inventor, and scientist Da Vinci, who by the way is great because Da Vinci didn't die. So jot that down.
Oh, you're right. Oh, I like that. It'll take it back. Was that even recorded on the podcast? Our discussion about I'll be real with you. We were recording for like 10 minutes before we even started this episode, and I'm like, where is the line? Where is the line between entertainment and just conversation between my best friend and I?
Blake, we need to pick a nug.
It's our slug game. It has to be. It's our slug revolver game, and I'm trying to think of like, okay, what can we name it? Because like slug breeder.
Can I propose Slugfest?
Slugfest? And fight that gives me like fighting.
It feels fighting games.
I was thinking.
So Slug It Out is probably also out.
I was thinking Slug Reloaded, Slug Load. Isn't there like shotgun? There's like a type of shotgun round.
Yeah, shotgun shells are called slugs.
No, those are a specific type of. I believe that's like a solid shot versus like a bird shot sort of thing. Slugs. Conceptually, what are the point of Here, how about this? I want to throw you a curveball because we still have some time for this episode. What is our final boss and why are we fighting them? And I think that could help us with the naming of this game. Like, so the original idea I pitched was that you're called in for one last like adventuring job, some tomb was discovered, and you and your slugs and your nifty revolver got to do delves into this ever-changing tomb, doing like gungeon style runs where like each floor is like a different theme, a different vibe, a different type of enemy that's weak to different kinds of slugs. So it's like, okay, cool, I know I need to get through the boss on floor 1. They are weak to electrical damage. I need to have an electrical build. It'd be kind of cool actually. What if you could, at your home base, have different cylinders ready? Because, like on revolvers, you can actually swap out the cylinder so it can shoot different kinds of rounds. Be like, oh, here's my floor 1 cylinder. Here's my floor 2 cylinder. Here's my floor 3 cylinder. So it's like you basically pick your loadout or the cylinder you get at each level. So once you advance to a level, you swap out to your other cylinder, which has like a completely different loadout for that level.
I like this. I like this a lot. Is there anything in here about live ammo?
Live ammo? I think I actually really like that. As like, I like that a lot. Actually, live ammo, because that's super funny. Actually, live rounds, live ammo, a slug.
Live ammo might be it. Live ammo might be the game.
Yeah, live ammo, a slug farming sim or a slug shooter.
That's true. We don't have the word slug in there anywhere.
I think live ammo, a slug shooter, slugooter. I'm trying to. No, I can't go. I'm not funny enough to combine slug and shooter somehow.
Slug them up.
Slug them up. Yeah, I'm trying to like tap into like that XXX era of movies where it's like you have shoot 'em up, you have triple.
Hold on.
X,
What if it's just called Triple Slug?
Triple Slug. really honoring our roots.
Just name it Slug, Slug, Slug. And to honor our roots, you see.
Triple slug. Triple slug live ammo.
I love. There it is. Slug, Slug, Slug live ammo.
No, I think you just call it triple slug. You know,
I'm writing slug 3 times.
No, I feel like if you want the reference to land, it's got to be like triple slug.
It'll be in the logo art. It'll look the exact same as triple X.
Okay.
There'll be a small slug, an all caps slug, and then a lowercase slug.
Slug live
slug,
ammo.
slug, slug.
Jesus. All right, let's go to patch notes. It's such a okay. Also, actually, to finish out that thought, the final boss of the game is the root cause of all this. So you're actually fighting the root itself. So you're like
of the
working
dungeon
your way
that's
down
been
the
constantly
tube.
growing.
Yes. So like the top level is like the flowers. The next level is like, you're starting to fight like things that
branches
are steamed after
and leaves.
Stems, leaves, and then
And
the
then thorns.
another is like thorns and a trunk. And then the final level is like you're at the roots, you're at the start of it all. You got to kill this thing where it started, and it's like some crazy like lab where they, or actually no, it's not a lab. It's like I like the idea of like a tomb delver,
It's also a farm.
tomb raider, if you will. Oh, it's also a farm.
It's also a farm, but like a different farm than your slug farm, a real farm.
Okay.
They're not so different from you if you think about it.
Oh, really? Real. What is the movie that hit us with that line for like? Because I feel like it's so fucking kitschy now. Actually, kitschy is a good thing, isn't it? I don't know. The line you were not William Dafoe as the Green Goblin in 2002.
Okay, fair enough.
Wait,
you know
no, that can't be that can't really. Oh my god.
Is that the nugget of it? The Green Goblin proposal rooftop scene? Hold on.
I'm on this thing called Tropedia. You think I mean, there's like kind of some. There's like some iterations of it, like you're no different from me, but like that poetic like bullshit of like the knots. That's funny. One of the references I see is in the Big O, that mech anime. Samurai Champloo, Yu-Gi-Oh, Tengen Toppan.
It's everywhere, dude. We loved that line.
I don't. It's super dumb. Okay, actually, wait. I'm seeing like some iterations of. All right, you know what? Because just as I'm short on time, thank you, William Dafoe, for starting that trend in 2002 Spider-Man.
Yeah, it was the first time that anybody ever drew a parallel between the main character and the antagonist. Yeah, so thank you, Willem Dafoe.
How they're the same, and like how there isn't like a book, a hero with 1,000 faces that established that about 2,000 years ago. It doesn't exist.
Willem Dafoe is still alive, and that means that it came from somebody great.
That's the through line.
As always, our intro and outro is cheap.
Wait, what about patch notes? Are we just saying?
Nope, no news. Willem Dafoe is still alive. That's the news.
There you go. There's your patch notes. Enjoy. Subscribe to the show. Leave a review on Spotify. We appreciate it. It helps the podcast grow, and knows that you still love us.
As always, the intro and outro is Cheap Shot by Anna Monoguchi, an excellent song from an excellent band for an excellent game. I've been one of your hosts, AJ Hart.
And I have been your other host, Blake Rea.
This has been Spiritual Successor, and these are cool games
that should not be made.